most people will experience like some level of stress. That's like a basic human experience. But when we talk about anxiety really is just kind of a symptom of stress. So the stress is present, and then the anxiety is kind of like the lingering after effect of that, and just kind of more persistent. My name is Claudia Kouakou, and I am the mental health therapist at Struggle Love Foundation. The way we consume news and media comes so much faster. We have it on our phones, we have it on our computer. We have constant feedback of what's going on in the world, and I definitely think that's part of what's fueling what seems to be an increase in the anxiety level in teens, because they just have so much more access than previous generations. And then I still think like the typical things that would get teens stressed out also still apply. So usually for teens, it's school, it's self-image, it's their body image, it's social situations, but it can also be the typical things like a trauma happened, any major life change, or it could be genetic. There are many signs of anxiety in teens. A lot of them have to do with avoiding social situations or new situations. And I think a lot of the ones that people miss are the physical symptoms. So like headaches, stomach aches, dizziness. If you know your teenager, look for things that are just completely not normal for them. So if they're really energetic and then all of a sudden they have like low energy, or if they don't typically complain about having a headache or a stomach ache. But a big one to really notice is just excessive worry over situations that doesn't really seem to alleviate. Untreated anxiety is often diagnosed concurrently with depression, so prolonged anxiety symptoms that go untreated can lead to depression. A lot of times when teens are struggling with any issue, the problem is that they don't feel validated in their experience. So I think it's important for parents to listen and validate their teenagers' experience. Oftentimes teens won't come to you about those kinds of things. So definitely if a parent notices without the teen bringing it up, I think it would be best just for the parent to bring it up. There's many ways I think you can ask, aside just from saying like, do you have anxiety? But I think parents should enter the conversation and from a more exploratory stance of asking what the anxiety feels like for them, what it feels like in their body, and kind of just, again, having the teen explain what it's like to be in their body and their experience. If you notice symptoms, I think anytime it becomes disruptive to your teen's life, that is the time to seek professional help, whether it be disrupting their schoolwork or their social relationships, or if they're employed at that point, affecting their employment and how they show up. Parents experience anxiety themselves. I truly think the best thing to do is also address it with your child, because one, it can be a bonding factor, and two, I think teens are often in the stage of their development where they think they're the only ones that are going through something. And so if they can relate to a parent as something as anxiety and know that, they're not alone, I think that can open up a beautiful conversation of how to manage, or have a parent and a child figure out how to manage together.